What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review a 2004 mixtape by Lil Wayne and Sqad Up. Basically, this particular this particular product is called Sqad Up Volume 7, 10,000 bars, and it came out somewhere in 2004. Now, also within pitches about it here, this might have came out in 2003 and possibly 2002 as well. Pitch like that. There's some collective beats on here. Now, within these pitches, I didn't catch too many 2004 type productions. Pitches like that. Some of those banging type ones, like No Problem by Lil Scrappy, or Head Busta by like Trillville and Lil Scrappy. Some of those type ones pitches were from around that particular time. I'm not as full-blown sure as to when this Sqad Up project came out, but within the pitches, Lil Wayne was at least affiliated with Sqad Up into like probably about the first half of 2004 pitches like that. They both dropped down as Lil Wayne dropped the Carter in June of 2004, and Sqad Up separately from Lil Wayne dropped the debut album in June of 2004 as well. So it's pitched like that. Originally they were going to sign to Cash Money, but it got delayed within pitches because they wanted to put out their album sooner than the Cash Money label is going to have them do it as far as those physical albums. So it's pitched like that, but the variety as far as saying within these aspects, there were a series of these Sqad Up type mixtapes that had Lil Wayne affiliation. Now later on, they did start to separate from Lil Wayne. Pitch like that, it was kind of the appeal. It might have more been less that they had a squabble pitch like that. I don't think it got into like a full blown kind of all out war pitch like that, but just probably it seemed like they went their separate ways or something like that. But they long time affiliates pitch like that. It's kind of variety as far as saying hit type appeal. There's a series of these, like I was saying, good pitch like that. It's a hit type aspects. This is kind of Lil Wayne in like the transit type era between like the 500 degrees type era, some of those type eras pretty much after Lights Out from the year 2000, just amidst like the 500 degrees type era, the Project English era by Juvenile, some of those pitched amongst those type eras, pitched like that, and like Birdman amidst like his Birdman Baby, the #1 stunt album from late 2002, Sons of Pitches. And Lil Wayne was particularly wholesomely quiet in the year 2003. He kind of submerged within those pitches as far as was going to happen before he became like a banner kind of de facto, this 2000s rapper in general with like the Carter album Forward, Sons of Pitches. It was kind of fair as far as saying this was some of the submerged stuff that he was working on where he was really sharpening like his lyricism, pitch like that, some hit type appeals. So I don't think this is commonplace, came out in 2004, even though the mixtape was probably released around that time. It was kind of pitched that internet websites were kind of getting towards the product of initially kind of manufacturing those out as far as those pitch happens. Is within the variety as far as saying some of those type products kind of pitches, some of these type ones is the initial type product. Seeing as this particular mixtape came out before Dat Piff was really like a thing, pitched like that, some of those central type places where you could get those things. So it's pitched like that. But yeah, classic tape here. There's 26 songs on this mixtape. Recommend all 26 of them. Pitched like that, bang typeness, just ballistic type fares. Lil Wayne going in on these. Now these are kind of short within these appeals. The fair about this mixtape, the unfortunate thing is the downloadable type quality behind it's a little bit trickier to track down. It's at least seemingly available on LilWayneHQ.com. Now within these pitches, I didn't check the link to see if it still is available within pitches like that. It's kind of fair as far as saying that some of these type ones seemingly didn't work within these type pitches. Kind of variety as far as saying the conduct behind some of these type varieties. It might work within these pitches, but the aspect it is available on YouTube pitch like that. But the commonplace behind some of these type mixtapes is getting trickier within these aspects, but it would likely seem like Lil Wayne HQ obviously would be a good bountiful type spot to snag like some of these particular Lil Wayne projects within pitch. It's not to say it wouldn't have, but just the pitch, the aspect it may not. So this is pitch as far as saying, but it is up on YouTube pitch like that. So the banging type ness, paying attention. This is kind of a shorter type product within these pitches, despite the fact that it's 26 songs. The Lil Wayne side of things, I'm not sure if the Sqad Up group, there's like a lengthier type variation. The particular version of this mixtape that I found on YouTube pitch like that was kind of the pitch as far as most of these are kind of 1 minute type aspects within the tone. Just Lil Wayne going in, getting like a good 32 or 48 bars, something like that within those varieties pitches like that as far as those first going to happen. Just paying attention towards like the product of getting towards like it's a good verse and a half pitches like that, kind of the initial type sharpening. Now it's with LilWayneHQ.com did say within these pitches that this is one of the last type products that Lil Wayne wrote down his lyrics on, pitches like that. So it's kind of fair, kind of the product. Now I think probably this had some freestyling on top of that within these pitches, because I know definitely he didn't write lyrics down to the Carter 1 pitch like that with songs like Go DJ and Bring It Back, but it's kind of fair. It's kind of mysterious within some of the pitches, but it's kind of product. This is the aspect that Lil Wayne was getting towards, is like he was really sharpening, getting ready to become like a mainstay kind of form pitch like that. But just a pitch. So this is kind of a dicier as like the mixtape type aspects within then like the composition of it starts to become more muddled and dissipated pitch like that. It's kind of variety. So I would definitely track down some of these type ones to see what Lil Wayne was like before he became like a mainstream kind of before he full bound became like a mainstream fixture, pitches like that as far as he's supposed to have us within pitch for and bang type nest. So there are some of these type ones. I'm going to talk about at least 14 of these. The other 12 songs within these pitches are songs that I recognize within pitches like that. Some of these stuff, right? So some of these type ones, like So Fresh, So Clean by Outkast, Get Your Freak On by Missy Elliott, Explosive by Dr. Dre, Let Me Blow Your Mind by Eve and Gwen Stefani, Lay Low by Snoop Dogg, Front to Back by Exhibit, Boom by Royce 59, just a series these type ones, Danger by Mystical, One More Chance by Biggie, the remix type song that went #1, pitch like that, Ho and Southern Hospitality by Ludacris, songs that pitches, and I'm a Hustler, which is also known as Give It To Me, songs that pitches by Jay-Z and Pharrell, pitch like that. Some of those type ones I'm not going to talk about, but there are some ones. Now, I want to say more or less this didn't really seem to have original material on here, pitch like this. It's the number of hit type songs, but the 14 songs that were not listed within these pairs that are on top are the ones I didn't recognize as full bounce of pitch like that. And there is one of which, Lap Dance, has a familiar type beat. I don't recognize where that came from. Kind of felt like that might have been like a Birdman type song or some of those type pitches amongst it. Felt like a Timbaland or one of those type beats within pitch. Some of that summer kind of red hot typeness, kind of similar to like P.D. Pablo, some of those type folks pitch like that. Kind of hit type feel, but some of these type ones didn't recognize full, but I think Fiesta was an R. Kelly type song. Superwoman, I looked up on the YouTube video and it said that was to Lil Mo and Fabulous, a pitch like that, so it's hit type feels. But the aspects as far as saying to get towards some of these type ones, now one of which that's not on the rateyourmusic.com kind of track list of this is thorough as far as these supposed to have, and this might be I'm not sure as the full bound which particular production this stemmed from, but it might be like De La Soul, one of those type ones. Kind of good, nice one, but Thorough is like a good typical kind of city strut frolic to get here, pitch like that. This Cameron and Ghostface style, kind of Annie and Hard Knock Life kind of day type pitches, some of these stuff pairs. Now, really on this particular song, Lil Wayne does not really spit his full bound on this particular one. He kind of goes in halfway on there and then just kind of says that that particular song was giving him gripe as far as this first guy. So it's kind of a half-touch spit, which is uncommon within those pitches. Seeing Lil Wayne usually shreds most of the songs. He's kind of known as like the feed me rappers, feed me beats type dude within these pitches. So it's kind of variety of early bird type aspects where he was kind of like, I'm not going to do this one pitch like that. I do question if he has those sorts of fares nowadays with pitches like that. But just a good kind of New York style. Kind of reminds like Busta Rhymes, sounds that folks pitch like that. Busta Rhymes, Jay-Z, sounds that pitch amongst the fray. I just got done with things, go pick up like some particular Fritos, fares like that, and like Gardetto's pitch like this, and surprise, grab a Pepsi, good nice pitches. Another good nice break free type one is Flippin' in a Whippa as far as these pairs gonna have. I didn't recognize production in some of the, particularly these next 13 that I'm going to talk about here, I didn't recognize the productions of either within these pitches or Thorough within these pitches, but it's kind of various for us saying Spanking typeness. So Flippin' in a Whip is like a solid Traffic and Gulag kind of break free to get towards here pitch like that. This quality kind of Sunshine. Have like some Domino's pizza in the whip, some of the fares are just Domino's pizza on foot fares like that. It's kind of very DMX like with some of these type fares. Definitely like songs like Where the Hood At. Definitely very much like songs like Where the Hood At, Next Gonna Give It To You, some of these type pitches, other varieties like that. Party Up in here, since the pitches. Good nice varieties, having Lil Wayne get towards some of those type ones within pitches like that. Fiesta's the hitting type one. It's like a spicy kind of spring break and initiate to get towards here pitches like that. Some stuff fares. It's kind of like some of those type ones, like when you think of like Bump 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 by B2K and pitch like that. R. Kelly's pretty good. These spring break type songs, I think this was an R. Kelly type production pitch like that, but it's kind of fair. Just more evening set type pitches like that. It's kind of more orangey skies. Some of those type fares. Appetizers to get towards some stuff pitches. Just new memes gonna have with Bell, some stuff pitch. Now it's kind of a snappy type song, but just the pitch of this new memes kind of within the aspect of the goings on, this phone news pitch like that, this primetime kind of simping, some stuff products within it, this kind of aspect as far as just like, definitely good simp type fare, but just kind of more within the pitch of just the shit that would kind of go on within that gab and pitch like that, probably past like 4:30, probably commonplace gab between like 4:30 about 7:30 pitches like that. Some stuff fair. It's just the aspect when like former shows like particular King of Queens and like Seinfeld would be on some stuff pitches, that particular type of pitch like that. It's kind of some weekday 411s on top of that pitch like that. So it's kind of fair just relative, just the aspect of just getting past that particular tone within pitch, just thawing out pitch like that, some stuff fares. Now, like I said, within these pitches, most of these songs, it's not like the spill behind it where it's actually the soaking's going to be real full bound within these pitches. These are all kind of shots in the arm within pitch like that. Now, once again, I'm not as full bound sure if like Sqad Up, the rest of the group was on these particular songs within pitches to whether or not they're lengthier. It seems like this would kind of be like a double mixtape with some of these type fares as far as like the pitch. There are other rappers that had verses of these particular songs, but I'm at least reviewing the Lil Wayne type edition. But this, I would throw in the fact that there's further type focus on here, but it's pitched like that as far as saying it may not be This is said to be 10,000 bars, and I kind of feel like possibly it doesn't feel like these 26 songs that only have Lil Wayne on there were really 10. Didn't seem like it was 10,000 bars that this got to, but it's just probably there's some degree of fashion with this mixtape. There's probably more to it, but Let's Get Dirty is the hitting type one's like a good basic kind of club jostle get to here pitch like that. This throwback kind of two-step and cut loose as far as these pairs can happen. This gin and tonics and stuff pairs get towards the crunk factor. Some further type meme pack pitch like that. Good nice price pitch like that. Good nice get towards the set of rounds. This pitch like that as far as like the break-in point, as far as like getting towards the product like the Terror getting going pitch like this. The distant dance club type bang. Good nice pitches. Kind of the aspect. Now Lil Wayne would have way feistier type songs than this with them pitch like that, but still good nice ones. Sunny stuff pairs of this. Good sparky kind of freestyles pitch like that. Sunny stuff varieties pitch like that. But yeah, definitely goes within like the same lot as songs like Bring It Back and Go DJ pitch like that. The same sort of viciousness pitch like that. Lap dance is a hitting type ones, like a red hot kind of routine front yard bang to get towards here pitch like that. Just lift weights through pals and stuff pitches. Just kind of some mess hall, kind of homies raw, good pitch like that. Hit type Fridays aspects like that. Now once again, this feels like a particular, feels like a P.D. Pablo and one of those type folks, more mystical P.D. Pablo type folks and those type folks that really get towards the crunk type factor pitch like that, but just have some Cheetos, fares like that, Lay's chips, good pitches amongst it. Just kind of some POVs kind of get towards this kind of pitch of some good, nice, quick kind of homies loud packs as far as these first game is the pitch behind it. Front yard type commonplace pitch like that amongst these hit type feels good pitches amongst it. Best to me is a nice one. This is a good radio grab here. It's like a satin kind of half rainy kind of makeshift push get towards here pitch like that. Just some city dredge I definitely say. Just gal pickups, some of these type aspects picking up like some Robitussin pairs like that. Simple type favors some of these type pitches amongst like the day product. Just grab some Quiznos amongst like the commerce of a good pitch like that. It's kind of have some tokens, some of these type pairs. So kind of aspects as far as saying it's one of those type ones that's good for a Tuesday afternoon. Just kind of the more dreary and gray skies type sense pitch like that. It's kind of the blase type factor. But it's this good nice pitch of like kind of like a grab by Lil Wayne within these pitches that he would do way later with songs like Mirror off the Carter 4 and some of the pitches, and that same sort of dredge is like a song like How to Love by Lil Wayne from the Carter 4, but that one's kind of more of like a Dewey type song. This one's particularly more of just like the actual, very similar to Without You by Mary J. Blige off of her 2005 album The Breakthrough, as far as this fair is going to happen. Yeah, that Mary J. Blige song is called Be Without You, pitched like that hit type price, but pitched about that. Pitches amongst the good fares. Superwoman's a hitting type one. This is the Fabulous song that pitched like that. This is where Fabulous was kind of red hot in 2003. This is, to my thinking, one of the more recent type ones within these pitches, to where this probably came out in like somewhere 2003, something like that within these pitches, considering the Fabulous was kind of red hot around that time. Songs like Can't Let You Go and Into You pitched like that, and I think This Is My Party, so stuff once, and you get the street turns with pitches like that. Superwoman's like a rave and blissed out kind of dance club pump to kind of get towards here pitch like that. Just feeling lean and chats and stuff. Fridays just get into some spicy game, real quick type shot in the arm pitch like that. This Friday type tune within these pitches, just that sort of rave type energy pitch like that. Just hell of time for some of these type pitches. Kind of variety. It's the aspect. Sort of fair where it's 6 o'clock p.m. You've got until 4 or 5 in the morning since the pitch to really get crunk pitch like that. Some stuff fairs. Tibble type bump and bang as far as these first kind of excellent type pitches. Uchiwali is a hitting type one as well. It's like a good run of occasion for extravagant kind of restaurant type fare pitch like that. Sentence hit type varieties. It's deviled eggs to have caviar sense type pitches. Kind of a simp type song to get within these pitches. Have gal long sense type aspects within it. So it's kind of the fair. Kind of gives me more big city type vibes where it would be around a disc like going out for like particular more highbrow kind of dollar sense type pitches amongst the discount within variety. Just a set of rounds getting past. Whether before or after the club, some of these type pitches kind of aspects as far as some of these type Fridays to just the fair amongst the night spilling into further type bangs pitch like that was within Friday. Now within the pitch, some of these type places when you think of like sushi restaurants and some of these type fairs, whether or not some of these Lil Wayne touch-ins would be within pitch, but this kind of Friday as far as just like the aspect of just kind of the in-between type session, like the flares behind it, just would smoke like good sweet something like that before heading into like the steakhouse. Before heading into like the sushi jig pitches like that, Sunny's hit type feels like excellent aspects for as these pairs can happen. 6 shots of hitting type ones like a pounding and get loud with folks, kind of mess hall and rec room type white noise pitches like that. Just some nachos and swishers, good pairs like that. Get noisy with your pals pitches like that. So some of that hit type appeal within the aspects for as like the fair kind of happens. Just consistent kind of crunk pitch like that. Consistent kind of crunk pitch like that. Some of these type of appeals. B for Vendetta on. Since the pitch is good aspects like that. Sin City. Some of these type aspects amongst the good nice pitches. Get washed away is the hitting type. get washed away is the hitting type one, as well as like a good restaurant kind of Chinatown style kind of step out to get pitched like that. Very similar to like Uchiwali Suns type ones, just some lean games. Further type fares kind of be snarled to pitch like that. Just being getting towards bell of the ball type vibes. Getting towards some bell of the ball type vibes with gal pitch like that, just sharp type memes and stuff aspects amongst it. Just kind of probably some of these type fairs, just having an Ascon type fair kind of get towards pitch like that. So just good nice aspects. Just kind of some of these banging type varieties, like the flare behind it gets turned up sharply as far as these pitch game, just that excellent aspect. Within some of these type ones, them being over as quickly as they are, is kind of pitched like that. It's just kind of aspects as far as saying it's kind of the product of good, consistent. This makes for a pretty good playlist to kind of download and find and fuck with some of these type ones. Just pick like a series of these type ones for like the pitch, and just like the varieties of this. There are some ones that are kind of house party type ones, the pitch of like some step out type ones that are separate from like the night venue, and definitely a good series of nightclub type songs in there. Like there's some ones like particularly Let's Get Dirty, Superman, Get Money, Fiesta, some of these type ones, Six Shots, some of these type ones in the pitch have like some good aspect within Frosty. So it's pitched like that as far as having some of these type ones. That there is kind of multitudes of some of these type ones. There are some episode kind of day shift type ones. There are some pitches of like step out type fair, just out on the town type pitch. So it's kind of variety of discs. The varieties amongst a good pitch like this, the hit type appeals. I don't think I've talked about lick shots type yet either. It's good, nice ones like a sloshed and razzled kind of house party noise to get towards your pitch like that. Just make like tamales and quesadillas for folks just to run the occasion. If it's more hosting type fair, just get some of that type product going within pitch like that. Keep the hors d'oeuvres and like the accommodations kind of set within pitch like that. Some pull aside for gal within the quickness fashion of it. Just cook like a tea for gal since the pitch amongst it is something within the aspect. If like the fair, like the Bacardi and some of these type fairs, just a little bit sharp, kind of keeping the tone of it right for gal not to get like migraines, and for gal to not get just overall like migraines and overly kind of queasiness pitched like that. So it's kind of probably some of these type of teas pitched like that. Just good nice appeals. Extra type fair, but just pull aside type gab pitch like that. Since type aspects just kind of miss like the carnage of where it would be songs like Fiesta and pitches like that. And Six Shots, some of these type prices, just kind of pitches as far as saying hit type aspects within these pitches. I think there's not too many more of these I haven't talked about on here, but I think another one of which is Get Money. As far as these pitches, Get Money is like a soaking kind of venue bang to get within these products. Just get crunk, time to get tore up definitely within these products here. Definitely the aspects as far as getting shit faced and stuff, ordeals. Vibe check with gal pitch like that within the factor of it. Just nothing's kind of spit some stuff. There's just products like House Today, some stuff pitch. So it's kind of aspect of I need the whole dealio, some stuff pitch amongst some stuff fairs. So kind of pitch as far as those products kind of have them pitched like that. But it's kind of the fair of some step out kind of initial type crunkness pitch like that within these hit type appeals, good pitches. Definitely run up the gin tab, some type pitches amongst it. Also on top of that, some nice price, just banging typeness, good snare factor. I don't think I talked about Bonnie and Clyde on here either with these pitches. It's also called Bonnie and Wheezy as far as these aspects can happen on YouTube. It's like a solid kind of porch reflect and sit a spell, I'd say, within these pitches. Just lounge fairs like that, just cold beers in hand, some stuff aspects. Catch up with Galley as far as these pitches can happen. Catch up with Galley and your folks as far as these pitch counts. So just the aspects of some of these type ones in the pitch, just kind of good, nice fair to have some nachos and pitches like that. Good for typical Sungaze type fashion to have nachos and fairs like that, since the pitches, extra Fritos, since the pitches within it, just kind of the fair. Plenty of these type ones in an alt metal type sense and pitch like that, hit type price, excellent pitches. Definitely get some great sweets going in the air, pitch like that, sense of price amongst it. Yeah, particularly say as far as these aspects can happen, I think that more or less takes care of it, minus the blast. I think the blast is the hitting type ones, like a day. The blast like a days hit and swirled kind of city push along to get towards here pitch like that. Just the Fritos run, since the fairs, the standard favors, kind of some outing rumination on top of that. So within the fair, saying standard favors to some of these type pitches, like picking up like a Netflix gift card for like a deal or fairs like that, since the pitches, just extra type runs, getting some good bag of Fritos pitch like that. Some of these type products picking up, walking with your pals to mail off some bills, pitch like that. Some of these hit type appeals. Walking with your pals to mail off some bills, some of the pitches picking up a water pipe, some of the aspects amongst the good nice fairs. Pack of zigzags pitch like that, since hit type price kind of pitch as far as it's kind of a beleaguered type day with these pitch. Definitely some breakthrough within those products, just more on foot type fairs. It doesn't have like the ferocity of like flipping in a whip up pitch like that, but it's just good nice fairs for like a more dazed, just orangey skies type sense. Definitely like those sorts of songs Ice Cube would do with like Today Was a Good Day and pitch like that, some stuff feels. But just definitely some outing rumination, just extra thought kind of have within those pitch discs, kind of Johnson strolls pitch like that. So I think that takes care of it as far as these first games. So 10 out of 10 mixtape here, pitches like that within these ordeals. Social score would get a 10 out of 10 as well. Now, within the pitch, Lil Wayne still has enough relative type popularity. It's not to say like he doesn't as the pitch, as far as saying within these products, kind of the fair, paying attention towards some of this. They're the only couple of drag type factors is the pitch that the down. Then the only fair about the drag factor would just be whether or not that the download links would be available. Pitch like that was within the hit type appeal. It is definitely worth it. And the only other thing on top of that is just whether or not you can find the variation of the mixtape that has the full squad up type group on there. Pitch like that. So within the hit type appeals, like that, like I was saying within pitch like that, the information about it nowadays kind of getting diluted. So the fairs, but it's kind of pitch complex type amongst is just kind of fair. Most folks would probably say go fuck with like the Carter 5, the Carter 6, or the Funeral Sons type pitch compared to like the shit that he did back in 2003, 2004. I mean, it is starting to be quite distant from now, but it's just the pitch for us, and it is worth it to track down some stuff once and pitch like that. The banginess is definitely on here, but it's just kind of this feels more archaic within these pitches as far as trying to find the composition of the get up as to how to obtain like the original type work as to how this product was made, pitch like that. So it's just getting a little bit dusty, not to say in terms of quality, but it's the pitch like the methods to obtain it, pitch like that. So it's just as far as process, I would fuck with this while the availability is still there. Pitch like that's hit type appeals. But yeah, social score will get a 10 cents to one. Some good nice pitches here. I do like these gulag type songs, pitch like that. The Fritos run since the aspects, good several club type songs and some Chinatown kind of restaurant type fare on top of that. Grab some sushi, grab some fares like that. Get some particular like deviled eggs, some of these type pitched amongst a good nice fare. Get the simp product of it going, pitch like that. Just some phone means kind of have for a particular fair and some primetime type simping, kind of get towards that product this shit to kind of have with the gab centricness of like 5 o'clock fairs like that type PM. Songs like Fiesta and Bonnie and Shine, so that one's pitch like that, so hit type appeals. It's the aspect on top of that. Plenty of good club type bangs on here, pitch like that, some makeshift type ones, and then pitch like some rainy day type fair and aspects for some of those type prices. Just pain bells, pitch like that, since they're probably getting some Quiznos. Seeing fairs amongst us. This is the pitch for us saying some homies kind of rec room type noise on top of that, lift some weights, fairs like that, Cheetos and some aspects, good extra fires within these pitches, Pulp Fiction and B for Vendetta pitch like that. So hit type variety amongst these aspects. The kind of fairs for us saying 10 social within these aspects, just bang type niche for like the varieties to how it happens. Now it's a good assortment of songs that were kind of chosen on here. There, like I said, there was at least 12 songs within these pitches that have like some degree of recognition with a little bit more vanilla type commonplace, but there's also more than half the project that has some fairs that just are less common within these pitches that kind of almost feel like original Lil Wayne songs. But this, it's kind of like shot in the arm type variety pitch like that. These are snappy, so it's kind of pitch that you want to get these in like a marathon type fashion, back to back to back with like the fashions, how these particular kind of happens, because the pitch for us saying that within probably about 30-45 seconds, Lil Wayne's done with this verse as far as he's first happens. It's just a pitch for us saying pay attention to some of those type products, but this bang within these aspects, but he just not an extended amount of time to marinate, pitch like that, so hit type appeals, but this aspect of it, but still 10 socials. In terms of future, Lil Wayne dropped the Carter 6 in 2025, pitch like that. He has pretty prolific type schedule, some of these type pitches there. I've reviewed at least 34, 35 Lil Wayne projects, and they're most of them, minus one of which is going to surface later on in 2026, and further fairs within these pitches has surfaced and is in the Lil Wayne type playlist pitches. Has surfaced and is in the Lil Wayne playlist with some of these type ordeals, but within the pitch first and there's some banging type ones. There still is quite a few more to get towards pitch like that, like Lights Out, Lil Wayne's second album, and The Block is Hot, Lil Wayne's debut type album. There's the shit with the Hot Boys on top of that. There's some fairs like Free Weezy Out and some of these type pitches. There are some further type ones pitched like that. In addition to like the Funeral Deluxe, I don't think I reviewed the Funeral album since the pitch. There's some further type ones playing a little way to get towards pitch like that. There's 6 remaining kind of squad up type products on top of that. There's some further type ones like the Prefix mixtapes. There's some ones in there as far as these pitching happen, but just to say within the blisterness, classic tape here pitch like that, kind of a little bit archaic to obtain pitch like that, but definitely worth the track down within these pitches because it is pretty ballistic.